Hey, what's going on, my friends? Misha Wilson here, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Scenes with an Internet Millionaire. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to go ahead and show you the people whose company I went ahead and purchased. I'm going to show you their ad setup. I'm going to show you what they were doing right, what they were doing very wrong, how to go ahead and improve, and most importantly, the correct ad structure, the correct hierarchy inside of Facebook ads, and essentially exactly how you want to structure your campaigns if you want to create maximum profit and maximum income for your business. Now, if this is your first video, this is our series where you essentially get to follow me, someone who's, made millions of dollars online, done well over $35 million in total sales, take a brand new business from essentially scratch, a business that I bought that has no momentum, almost zero traction and very little sales, up to the $1 million mark, and where you get to watch me do it step by step. You could see the good, you could see the bad, you could see the ugly. I'm not going to edit out these videos too much, not going to make it super fancy or polished or anything like that. Just literally give you the nuts and bolts of what's needed to create success. As always, let me know what your biggest takeaway is in the comments section below. And if you get value, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon notification button below this video. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. And before we dive into today's content, I just want to remind you, in order to get maximum value out of this series, be sure to go ahead and go back and watch the previous episodes. All right. So be sure to go back and check out chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and of course, chapter 5 for full context. So essentially you're caught up and you know exactly where we're at in the overall series. Chapter 6 might be released by the time you watch this actual video because I'm recording these a couple of days in advance. Just if you've missed a couple of chapters, go back and watch them because it will make much more sense if you watch them in sequence, and I'll make sure to send you over to this page in the same email that I sent you this video. So without a further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. And what we're going to be talking about here today is Facebook ad campaign structure. All right, and I'm going to show you essentially the back office of their Facebook ads account, walk you through what they're doing right and walk you through what they're doing wrong. So let me go ahead and change this date range for just, last little segment here. And you'll see these two campaigns they have here have 21 purchases and 26 purchases. So this is the testosterone boosting product. And then this is the fat burning product. And look, they're getting some results, right? They got 26 purchases with this. They got 21 purchases with this. First thing to understand is you never want to go solely based on Facebook data. All right. So if you're a client of ours and we do it done for you, we use Hyros for tracking. If you're just watching this and looking for something for tracking, use either Hyros, Cometly, any of the various plugins that allow you to upload data to, essentially their servers and then get tracking inside of Facebook along with the Facebook tracking will make it infinitely more reliable and more accurate. All right, so that's the first thing, just kind of 30,000 foot view, bird's eye level. Now, you guys got to excuse the, strange currency. I don't even know exactly what this means. I did all the calculations to figure out the CPA. This is kind of strange, right? So again, when I purchased the company, the product that they said was doing best was the muscle building product. But if I look at this, it looks like, at least according to Facebook, the CPA, so in their KR currency, the CPA here is 6,259, which just means it's costing 6,259 KR to generate a customer. And up here, it's costing 14,390 KR to generate a customer. And so kind of sort of looking at that, again, makes me question, right? Are we starting stuff for the right product or not? But hey, the market will ultimately tell us. I'm going based on what the previous owners said and kind of showed us with reports and whatnot. We, of course, did our diligence, but these numbers kind of make me a little bit skeptical on just how accurate they may be. Either which way, even if these aren't completely and totally skeptical, I'm happy with the brand. I'm happy to purchase the brand because I know we can improve. And I'm going to show you right here what we can improve. Also, before I show you actually what we can improve, just to show you like really, truly real and unedited raw, just kind of like, this is driving me fucking crazy, so you understand that this actually happens to everyone, here's one of our ad accounts. And I'm literally just showing you this because if you've been to any of our workshops, if you've been plugged into the community for any period of time, if you've been a student for any period of time, I think sometimes I say things and you get it, but you don't necessarily always believe it until you see it. Right? And one of the things that I constantly say is, look, we have Facebook ad accounts go down. We have to make sure that we have backups in place. We always have 2 or 3 or 4 different Facebook ad accounts running at all times in order to make sure when one goes down, we have another one up. And this is one of the lessons that I want to go ahead and share with you before we get to the actual tactical lessons. All right. Whenever you're talking about any platform that essentially you don't control, so whether it's Facebook ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads, Instagram ads, Snapchat ads, whatever it might be, Instagram and Facebook ads are the same thing. Whatever, whenever you're talking about a platform that you don't control, where your business is reliant on that platform, make sure that you're running ads from more than one single ad account. All right. The most dangerous number in business is 1. No single points of failure, just kind of general rule. Make sure you have 2s, 3s, 4s of everything that are super important. For us, we have, 5 different merchant accounts, 5 different Facebook ad accounts, 5 different email autoresponders, multiple different CRMs, like everything is backed up. So we have multiples of everything. So, if something goes wrong, like as you guys can see, happened today, you'll see that one of our ad accounts that, if we just look right here, we have spent, just to give you guys literally the behind the scenes for this specific ad account, since August 1st, we spent $203,000 in this. And we have, again, 4 or 5 different ad accounts. So we're spending quite a bit, but we've spent $200,000 and this went down. If this was the only ad account that we had, I probably wouldn't be cutting this video for you right now. I'd be panicked because we wouldn't have any new customers coming in. All right. So again, this is just to show you that, firstly, to teach you the lesson when it comes to avoiding single points of failure, but then also just to show you that when you come to the workshop and I'm telling you we have ad accounts get shut down, we got to go through the process of getting them back up. We got to sometimes hope and pray that we get them back. We don't always get them back. And, when we don't get them back, we make sure we have multiple backups in place. I hope you guys see that I'm not just bullshitting you. I'm being completely and totally honest. And yeah, does it fucking suck? Does it throw a curveball into the mix for the day? Does it present a new challenge, I'm going to say? That also presents a new opportunity. Yes, absolutely. But that is the game we're playing. That's business. If you don't want to be in business, stay on the sidelines. Don't get into business yourself. Work for someone else. You'll never make as much. You'll never live up to your full potential, but you won't have to deal with the stress of running an actual business. All right. So first little mini bonus lesson there for the day. And for now, let me come back to here. All right, so these guys are doing certain things right and certain things wrong. And kind of what I'm going to point out here is what I would do differently when it comes to overall structure. And then I'm going to give you the structure that we use and why we use it. All right, so let's focus here on, these 2 that we're running. The muscle building campaign and the fat burning campaign. Now, think of Facebook like this. A campaign is where you go ahead and essentially set the type of ad that you're going to run. So if we go into the campaign level kind of adjustments here, you'll see that we can set this up as a sales campaign. Now, I don't have edit access for this account, but we could also set it up as a lead generation campaign. We could set this up as a video view campaign. We could set this up as a likes campaign. This is where you set the main goal for the campaign. You tell Facebook, all right, this is what I want, essentially this campaign to go ahead and do. Now, they are using CBO, so just campaign budget optimization. They're now calling it advanced campaign budget, which essentially means that you place the budget for the campaign at the campaign level. And then if you have, let's say 5 different ad sets inside of that campaign, like if we come in here, you'll see they have 4 different ad sets in this campaign. What Facebook will then do, theoretically, is it will push the budget to all of the various ad sets equally. So let's just say for a round number, we set a budget of $4,000 a day and we have 4 different ad sets here. Facebook, to begin with, will go ahead and spend the budget on the 4 different ad sets evenly. So $1,000 a day per ad set. And then right when it figures out which ad set is doing best, it will then pump more of the budget into the winning ad set, the best ad set, and then a little bit of budget into the second best ad set. It'll stop spending money on the ad sets that aren't doing well. All right, so that's campaign budget optimization. Now, what I personally like is ad set level, budget optimization. Let's just call it ABO, where you set the actual budget on the ad set level. So that's one of the first things I'm going to test. I'm probably going to test both because I've been in the game long enough to know, hey, if I can put my ego to the side and always test what's working right now instead of going based on what I think I know, that's always the best path to go down. But at the same time, I will definitely be testing setting the budget at the actual ad set level. Essentially, what it allows you to do is it allows you to have a little bit more control over it. Right? So let's say hypothetically that this number isn't perfectly accurate. Let's say we launch this and we have a few different ad sets and one says 5 sales and one says 2, but it's actually 3 and 3, which does happen very often. The ad set with 5 sales, according to Facebook, is going to get more of the budget, even though it doesn't necessarily have 5 sales. All right, so what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to set the budget on the ad set level. I then want to be able to look at my own tracking, whether it be Hyros, Cometly, any of the various tracking platforms, and then I want to be able to control the budget just a little bit more. Now, again, if I were to do campaign budget optimization, I would do it kind of sort of like this, 3 to 4 different ad sets that the budget would be distributed by. This is the next part that is the strangest to me. All right, and I'll kind of give you my specific outline just in a minute. And actually, before I get to that, I want to show you what we do here within the actual ad set. So these are the spots where essentially you set the actual targeting and for me, the budget for the actual ad. So if we come in here and I go into edit, you will see that this is where we are going to choose firstly the pixel. All right, so once you set up your pixel inside of Facebook, inside of the ad set itself, you will choose your pixel, you'll choose the event. All right, so if you want to optimize for purchases, it'll be purchase. If you want to optimize for leads, it'll be leads. And then you will also choose the audience. All right, so you'll see there targeting. This is a buyer lookalike audience. So if you have a list of buyers, you can upload it to Facebook. You can create a lookalike audience, and then from there, you can target men, women, all locations, all ages, etc., and then go from there. What I'm going to do here when we first get started is essentially the same thing. So I'm going to test firstly the buyers list, so the actual list of buyers, a lookalike audience just like they are. And then secondly, I am going to test a pixel lookalike audience. So what you can do is you can actually have your pixel get data, then you can create a lookalike audience based on that pixel data. So this is kind of interesting. One thing I did notice down here too is that they have these set up to only run on Facebook feeds, and literally that's it. All right. Now, this actually used to work better for us. It used to work better for us when we chose, let's say we wanted to do 2 different, or let's say we wanted to target or run ads on Facebook and Instagram, right? It used to work better for us to launch one ad with Facebook and one ad with Instagram and choose the placements and choose, all right, I want this ad to only go to Facebook and I want this ad to only go to Instagram. And kind of another embedded lesson here is that you always want to be testing, even against your own best principles, to see if anything else is working better at this point in time in the market, right? Now, what we've found with our current stuff is that the advantage placement ads here, so advantage placements plus, this works much better than manual placements, at least for us with our stuff, with our other company, as of right now, this moment in time. All right. Now, the other super strange thing that they have here is you'll literally see for this one ad set, they then have 40 ads. All right. So they have 40 ads for this one ad set. And if we go to all 4 ad sets, they literally have 40 ads per ad set. And essentially, they're hoping that the AI figures out the best ad. Right. So I don't know the exact thought process behind this. I haven't asked them. Maybe I should, where they learn this, etc. But my assumption is that what they're hoping for here is if they just place, 40 different ads in a single ad set, the artificial intelligence will go out and find the absolute best ad based on those 40 ads And then once the artificial intelligence finds the best ad, A, it'll spend more of the budget there, and then B, they can turn off all the other ads, which as you can see, it looks like they have done here. All right, so you'll see this is active, but then everything else is off, 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 off. Now, here's the problem, and let me actually go to a bigger time frame here to see if this actually did happen. Let's go back to Jan 1 to today. Let's hit update. All right, so what you guys will see is that, yes, this has gotten the vast, vast, vast majority of the spend. And then you'll also see that these other ads, not ad sets, these other ads have gotten some spend, but there are certain ads in here that have literally gotten next to no spend. So like 7 KR, 6 KR. I'm guessing with United States dollars, that would be like a tenth of 6 cents, right? 6 cents here. 5 cents here, 88 cents here. Like literally next to no ad spend has been pushed to these ads. So even if the artificial intelligence is trying to figure out, all right, what's doing best, what's not doing best, there are certain ads, just based on the fact that they have 40 ads per ad set, there are certain ads that aren't going to get enough volume and aren't going to get enough spend sent their way in order for the artificial intelligence to actually know what's doing best and what's not doing best. All right, so even if I was doing campaign budget optimization, which they are here, right? They set the budget in the campaign, as you can see right here. Even if I was doing that, I would still, yes, I might have 3 or 4 different ad sets for the actual budget to be distributed through. Like we talked about, it's a $4,000 a day budget. You know, it would then get distributed $1,000 a day equally until it finds the winner, which it'll then push more of the budget into the actual winning ad set. I might do this. I would not ever do this. All right, so having 40 ads in one single ad set is just way too many. What I was taught and what I stick by is if I'm going on a bigger budget with my ad, so let's say I have a $500 budget with my actual, ad set, or a $1,000 budget with my ad set, I'm going to have anywhere from 3 to 4 different ads in that actual one ad set. So I might have, 3 to 4 different ads that look different. So as an example, I might have this ad. I can't zoom in here, but I might have this ad, I might have this ad, I might have this ad, and I might have this ad for 4 different creatives, 4 different ad variations, all inside of one ad set. Because then what'll happen is the budget will start spending. The budget will get evenly distributed through these actual 4 ad sets. And then from there, every single ad will at least get some budget to begin with, right? Because we don't have 40, we have 4. Again, 25% of the budget will get sent to each one of the actual ads to make up the 100%. And then whichever actual ad does best out of the 4 here, that's the one that will then get all of the traction, get all of the buyers, and ultimately the artificial intelligence will naturally send that specific ad more and more and more of the budget, right? Where if you have 40 ads, just like I showed you a moment ago, we got certain ads that are getting 44 cents, 93 cents, 5 cents. So there's also a lot of duplicate ads here. You can see this is the exact same image as this. This is the exact same image as this. Again, exact same image here. So what I'm guessing is they're just trying to rely on the artificial intelligence to do most all of the heavy lifting for them, right? Now, again, like I've mentioned, I'm never above testing something. So one of the universal rules of marketing is if someone is doing something and it's working, even if it goes against like every single thing that I've ever been taught when it comes to marketing, I'm still going to put my ego to the side and I'm still going to test it, but I'll also test the setup that I know to have worked for myself, in which I was taught from day number 1 when it comes to Facebook ads, just because what I've always found has worked best for myself, just so you guys can kind of know my setup, is what I will have is I will have one campaign, right? I will not set the budget on the campaign level. I will set the budget on the ad set level. From there, I'll set, of course, the goal for the actual campaign in the campaign level. Then in the ad set, I will set the budget and I'll set, of course, set the targeting, right? And then from there, I will have just about 3 to 4 ads per actual ad set. So let's say I set the budget here in the ad set of, $1,000 for a budget on an ad set. If I have 4 ads, I know that for the first day or two, usually day 1 through 3, all have every single ad get some budget. Then the minute one of the ads does better than the other, that one ad will start to get more and more and more of the budget. And that's the ad the artificial intelligence will continue to keep pushing more and more and more and more, right? Where with their setup right now, there might be an ad here that's gotten 5 cents spend, right? But just because this ad might be a complete and total winner is what I'm trying to say. But just based on the sheer fact that they have a setup where the thing was not able to get any spend, they'll never know that it was a winner. And based on the fact that they will never know that it was a winner, well, it'll never get the actual traction that it could have gotten, right? And so what I would do if I were them here is, firstly, I would test ad set budget optimization instead of campaign budget optimization. Then secondly, I would definitely limit the amount of ads I have in each actual ad set to about 3 or 4 ads. Now, if I come in here and look, we have a primary text, which is fine. This is a very short primary text. I actually already covered the ads in a previous video. So go back and watch yesterday's video or the day before's, one of these videos. You'll have to do a little scavenger hunt and find the exact video I'm talking about, but go back and watch the previous videos to look at the actual ad breakdown. These ads are very much curiosity provoking, not pre-framing too much, not pre-selling too much, not touching on the benefits of the product, not even really touching on the product, just essentially leading them down a path that then ends up teaching them and educating them about the actual products. One thing I would have here is I would have all optimizations on. Now, I'm not going to edit this, but the AI is not, optimizing this when it comes to images being a little bit brighter than other images, image placements being the correct and different depending on the actual image. It's just, again, not leveraging the artificial intelligence as much as it could on an actual ad level, which is kind of funny considering they have 40 ads, and I think they're solely relying on the artificial intelligence when it comes to the budget. All right, this is kind of one of the conflicting things here. Essentially, I think they're trying to rely fully on the artificial intelligence when it comes to the budget and when it comes to finding the winning ads, but then they're not relying on the artificial intelligence as much as they should be when it comes to the actual image optimization, placements, everything they could be in here. All right, so if I were to go ahead and do this differently, and I will show you my setup that we go ahead and launch out, what I would do is I would have more artificial intelligence optimization with the actual ad images, right? This would end up being 3 of 3 or 4 of 4, because once you go down this path, it gives you one more option. So this will say 4 of 4. It'll say fully optimized, not optimized. And on the actual ad level, we'll have everything, leveraging the artificial intelligence. But then from there, when it comes to the budget, when it comes to throttling the budget and sending the budget to which ad sets and which ads we want to go ahead and kind of get more or less of, that's probably what I will have more control over in the overall process. Now, I'll definitely test this. I probably won't test having 40 ads, I'll be completely and totally honest, but I will test campaign budget optimization. I will test having multiple different ad sets inside of each campaign. And I will test having, the images probably not as optimized as much as I would like. Maybe not sure on that one. But if we look over here, I believe that is essentially what they are doing for both. So if we come into the fat burning ad sets, yes, you will see we have here, and this is kind of interesting. So I don't know why they turned this off. They have one that was getting, so these are all on. This is paused right now for an inventory issue that we just realized, so that's fine. But you'll see here, so they have one with 50 purchases, one with 13, one with 4, one with 3. So probably if I were them, I would come in here, I would turn this off, I would turn this off, and then I would have more of the budget. Let's double check. Yes, so this is a budget set on the campaign level as well. I would have more of the budget being hammered into just the actual ad sets that are producing sales. So this one, and then this one, probably the majority of all of them, all the budget would go into this one. And then from there, I would come in here and I would make the adjustment here again. When it comes to the number of ads, I would drastically reduce it. And the reason I'm going to reduce it is because you'll see here again, we have certain ads over here with 11 KR spent, 152 KR spent. I believe that's about $1 when it comes to, the equivalent. Because if we come over here This is like a $17,000 cost per purchase, and this is around a $100 CPA, so it costs $100 US to get a purchase. So they literally have all of these ads running, literally getting no budget just because of the way they set this up. So just remember again, whether or not you want to test campaign budget optimization or ad set budget optimization, there are pros and cons of both. I always personally do ad set budget optimization myself. If I were reviewing your account, if this was your business, if I was coaching you and you were paying 50 grand for coaching like many of my students do, I would walk you through this exact same process. I would tell you to have 3 or 4 different ads per ad set. I would tell you to set the actual budget on the ad set level, set the goal of the actual campaign on the campaign level, but set the targeting and set the budget on the ad set level. Then again, have 3 or 4 ads per ad set, have the budget distribute which ads, are going to get the best performance, figure out that with the actual artificial intelligence. I would then make sure that we have everything dialed in when it comes to the creatives, when it comes to optimizing the creatives, when it comes to using the artificial intelligence as much as humanly possible to do that. And then from there, I would want to control the budget just a little bit more myself. So hope you got value out of this video. This is really just me showing you what they have so I can then show you how we're going to improve upon it. When I go ahead and launch my ads, I'll walk you through the entire process. I'll walk you through how I set it up, the different structures, campaigns, testing what they have, a version of what they have versus what we have. I'll walk you through everything A to Z. But for now, I just want you to understand the principles. Campaign budget optimization versus ad set budget optimization. Again, where you set targeting for your actual campaigns, how many ads per actual ad set. Think of your campaign as 30,000 foot view. Your ad set is then within your campaign, and then your ads are within your actual ad set. I would personally do a campaign, a few different ad sets, and then 3 or 4 different ads per actual ad set. And then test, all right? When it comes to ad set budget optimization versus campaign budget optimization, test which one you like most. And remember, shit's gonna happen too, all right? Just like I opened up this video with, we had an ad account get shut down. Did kind of piss me off this morning. It's part of the game. I'm keeping this video series real. I'm going to show you the raw, unedited truth of what it takes to run an online business. That's costing me, probably $1,000 a day or so right now. I don't like that it's down, but again, I'm going to do what I can do to get it back up. And if I don't get it back up, I have multiple other ad accounts in queue in order to keep running. So I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments section below what your biggest takeaway was. If you did, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon notification button, and I will see you in the next video.